Hello! How are you guys? We are Gala.
ARI and AMS.
And today we bring you back your favorite podcast, the Trio Talk. It is a very special day. Do you know what we celebrate today?
Yes!
It is the Universal Children's Rights Day. On this day, the United Nations promulgated the Declaration of the Rights of the Child in 1959. We are here to talk about an important person in this area, which is Eleanor Goldsmith. Have you ever heard about her? So, today we are going to explain one thing that she created and one use them in our daily days in the kindergarten.
The treasure basket!
Are you ready? Let's go!
Welcome to today's episode of Early Learning Insights. Today, we'll explore a fantastic resource for early childhood growth, the treasure basket. Whether you're a parent or an early childhood educator, this idea is sure to add excitement and learning to your little one's daily life. Okay, Gala, so what it is exactly a treasure basket? I'm curious.
Okay, so the treasure basket, it is a play of exploration for children. It provides simulation and promotes the development of the sense and motor skills. The material which it is made, the vast majority of the time is wicker, must be carried out in a calm environment which favors concentration, and all through the manipulation of each child. The type of material used is usually natural, of daily life, which enhance the sensory development through the sense are touch, textures, weight, dimensions, through hearing with the sound that each element makes, through taste with the different flavors that we have inside the basket, smell that each elements provide, sights, color, etc. It simulates apart from all the sense, the structuring of the body through and the pleasure of the wonder. It is an activity that the child should not depend on the adult. It is up to him to experiment and let himself go. I'm sure many of you are wondering what the materials we find in the treasure. I'll explain them you below. Materials of the red basket. These sensory baskets are classified by different natural materials, which vary depending on the time of the year in which we are, or the goal you have set to achieve. You can choose some materials or others. Normally, they are provided when they arrive in the morning or by surprise effect, and each educator adapts it to the group and their needs. This example that we explain in particular is designed for materials related to the spring season. Let's go! Touch. For example, natural or fabric flower petals, soft artificial grass, cotton wool, simulating spring clouds, smooth wooden pieces with different textures, small, smooth seashells. Sight, for example, natural or dried flowers in bright colors, feathers in a different colors, inspired by spring birds, shiny glass pebbles, green leaves of various shapes, wooden or plastic insects, butterfly, ladybugs, etc.
Hearing. Wooden rattles with dry seeds inside. Tissue paper to grill and listen to its sound. And dry branches that can be rubbed together. Smell. Example. Rose or dry lemon petals. Small fabric pouches filled with rosemary or thyme. Natural flowers with a mild scent, such as daisies and cinnamon sticks.
Now that we know all the materials and the scents that we are working on in them, we will talk about the magnificent educator and creator of the basket of treasures, Eleanor Goldsmith. The concept originates from British educator Eleanor Goldsmith, who introduced it in 90s. She emphasized the importance of free play and hands-on sensory experience to allow children to connect with their surroundings. Okay, Yams, and what can go into a treasure basket? And how can we use it?
Okay, Gala, so it is quite easy. The components of a treasure basket should be safe, natural, and free of harmful materials. Here are some examples of objects you can include. We have our 4 examples of the things that you can put in the treasure. For example, for textures and shapes, we have the wooden utensils, small pine cones, and seashells to provide a mix of surfaces and forms. Then we have the fabric exploration, items like soft clothes, cotton balls, or wool, offering a variety of fabrics to discover. After that, we find the tactile play, smooth stones, pine cones, or meriton wooden blocks. Finally, for sounds and movement, we can use objects like bells, metal jar lids, or wooden rings, which make unique sounds or can be manipulated easy. Each of these items encourages children to grasp, feel, and move them, building their fine motor skills and coordination.
Okay, Yams, and why are treasure baskets beneficial?
The treasure basket has a lot of benefits, but it provides numerous development that they are these ones. The sensory development, they stimulate touch, sight, hearing, and sometimes smell or taste. Then we have the fine motor skills. Picking up and manipulating objects help to develop coordination and finger strength. Then we have the cognitive growth. Babies start recognizing patterns like smooth versus raw or noisy versus silent objects. And finally, we have the confidence and independence. By exploring on their own, children build self-assurance and curiosity while learning about their world. Overall, treasure baskets are an excellent way to foster curiosity while encouraging hands-on exploration.
Wow, I didn't know that the treasure basket has that many benefits. I find it very interesting. Okay, so no last but not least, we will explain the tips for parents and education. If you're ready to try a treasure basket, here are some practical suggestions. Include variety and rotate the objects regularly to maintain interest and hygiene. Observe and support. Supervise gently without interrupting the child's exploration. Ensure safety. Choose a safe play area and remove a potential hazard.
Okay, before we end, let's share some real-life examples of how treasure baskets have made a difference in your daily practice as a future early childhood educators.
Yeah, so I'm going to explain it.
Really?
Yeah. So one time during my internship, I introduced a treasure basket with hand materials like dried leaves, cheese nuts, and cinnamon sticks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The children were fascinated by the texture and sounds. One child in particular spent almost 15 minutes exploring a single pine cone, turning it around and trying to talk to it. This shows how deeply engaging the experience can be.
Okay, and so I did the same thing, but in my case, we used a treasure basket for a baby who had difficulty concentrating. We noticed that we clean stains elements like lavender or rosemary. He became calmer and more focused. This made us realize how much influence these baskets can have on a child's emotional regulation.
Reflection time! What makes a good treasure basket? So, what makes a great treasure basket? It's not just about putting random objects together. It's about being international thinking of the child's age, abilities, and current interests.
Okay, so the final reflection question to the audience, to you that you are listening to us, is, and we want to leave you with this question. What object from your childhood would you have loved to find in a treasure basket? It is a ball, it is a doll. Think about it. It tells you something about what you stimulated your curiosity when we were young.
If you're already using treasure baskets and want to take it further, try team-based basket. For example, ocean world with seals, sandpaper, and small fish. Kitchen fun with wooden spoons, silicone cupcake lanterns, and cinnamon sticks.
And you could also create cultural basket using materials from different parts of the world to foster multicultural awareness from an early age.
Okay, so the final reflection question to the audience, to you that you are listening to us, is, and we want to leave you with this question. What object from your childhood would you have loved to find in a treasure basket? It is a ball, it is a doll. Think about it. It tells you something about what you stimulated your curiosity when we were young.
In summary, a treasure basket is incredible, low-cost educational resource that nurtures a child's sense, motor skills, and confidence while fostering their natural curiosity. It's fun, engaging, and offers cultural opportunities for learning and growth. And that's it for today's podcast. We hope you enjoy it and that you can apply it both with your children at home or with your students at nursery school. Thanks for tuning into ARI Learning Insights. Join us next time for more tips and ideas to inspire you learners. Until then, enjoy exploring and learning with your little one.
What we will talk about next podcast, AMS?
So in the next podcast, we have a lot of different and interesting themes to talk about them. We can talk about the meteo, the school, the technologies, a lot of themes. So, which theme would you like to talk about?
Okay, AMS, I'd like to talk about the sports. And you, Ari?
And me of music.
Bye bye. See you on the next podcast. Finish good your children's day. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.